Beeson. They like to go to Rebecca Alec. It's going to be up to Michigan to get Nebraska out of sorts and start to force Bergen Riley to start throwing the volleyball outside toward the pin. That's where they're going to have success.
Michigan comes into this one at 16-4, 6-3 in the Big Ten. After their win over Iowa last night, Nebraska 19-1. Lone loss of the season to SMU, 9-0 in the Big Ten. But Nebraska to start it off tonight, Bergen Riley. A sophomore setter, ready to get things underway here on a Saturday night. Riley floats this one over. Tipped by Rodriguez. Murray crashes into the crowd, but it's going to be a kill for Valentina Valette. Murray appears to be all right, but Michigan on the board first.
Yeah, good to see Murray back on her feet. You never want to see a player go down with injury at all, but especially in literally the first point of the match, as you see her just crash through the bench.
Back to serve for Michigan is Mira Chopra. Chopra aims at Landfair, an okay pass. Beeson on the left side. Swing is wide. First attack error of the night for Nebraska. Michigan out to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Michigan at times this season has been able to put together quick starts. That's the shot from Merritt Beeson missing wide, just trying to cut it a little bit too much.
Chopra, 19 aces to 27 service errors this season. And just like that, a service error into the net and Nebraska on the board.
Yeah, number 28 kind of coming at a costly time. 2-0 start. You'd like to keep that going, but it's not easy to keep Nebraska off the scoreboard.
The Bennington product, Olivia Mauk, checks into the game for Nebraska to serve. Good pass by Demetrician. Valette blocked back but covered. Beeson tries to put it over, and a net violation on Michigan.
And I like what Demetrician was trying to do right there against Beeson, be physical at the net, but just kind of out of control. That's not something you like to do often.
A little too aggressive on that one. Good pass by Jacobs. Valette dug by Mauk. Demetrician there from Murray. Valette again, and another kill for Valette. Michigan's been going to her early here in set one.
Yeah, that's a really tough angle to go all the way to the opposite side of the court, but keep it inside the 10-foot line. You see kind of just a roll shot there. Beeson was in position, but just such a sharp angle that she wasn't able to recover from.
Now Valette steps back to serve. Big jump serve from Valentina Valette out of Argentina. Now that one sails just a little bit long, but you see that spin and how high that ball got.
Yeah, just a little bit of a change of tempo behind the service line. Nebraska has one of the best serve receives in the country, but anytime you can kind of shift the momentum that way, could be beneficial.
49 aces for Valette. As Rodriguez steps back to serve. Aims at Jacobs. Demetrician on the left side, dug by Mauk. Murray. Jacobs there. Out of system set. And Demetrician hits it into the net. No touch for Nebraska. And that's a 4-hit violation on Michigan.
You see Demetrician rise up and just right into the tape. Didn't even give Beeson or Jackson a chance to get a block on the stat sheet.
Nebraska with their first lead of the night. Rodriguez, line drive serve. Another good pass by Jacobs. Tip from Boney, Doug. And Murray misses wide on that one. Couple attack errors by Nebraska in the early going.
Yeah, just a bit inaccurate. Seen him miss wide, now missing far, trying to go down the line there from Harper Murray. Just got to calm down a little bit in a 4-4 start.
Ella Demetrician, Appleton, Wisconsin product. One of the skilled freshmen in this game, and sails to Murray. Murray on the left side, another one wide.
We talked about the Michigan block not very strong, but so far here in Nebraska not really taking advantage. Just making mistakes on their own side of the net.
Trying to get that sharp angle. Demetrician aims at Mauk. Overpass. Boney swats it back. Kick save by Beeson. And Rodriguez saves it over. And then a kill by Allison Jacobs. What an effort by Beeson for the kick save, though.
Yeah, not something you see every day in the sport of college volleyball. And amazing hustle from Rodriguez. I think we'll get a look at it here. Great save from Malk initially to keep it up. And then Rodriguez had to chase it all the way behind the baseline. But then just a great swing by the best hitter, Allison Jacobs, for Michigan.
Demetrician's next serve, twinkles the twine. Jackson in the middle. Doug, she gets the overpass, puts it back down. Jackson on the board with her first kill of the night.
Yeah, that's the physicality you get with Andy Jackson. Such great leaping ability, one of the best verticals all around the country.
As Merritt Beeson steps back to the line for the first time tonight. Had a career-high 4 aces last night. Aims at the freshman Demetrician there. Boney on the slide. Gets the kill in front of Rodriguez. That's one of those talented middles that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, the middles are going to have to be a big factor today. And that time, Harper Murray just kind of getting beat to her left side. Rodriguez in the perfect spot, but it's not easy to dig when it goes untouched.
The libero, Maddie Cochran to serve. Good pass by Murray. Jackson on the slide. And off the block. And the attempted dig by Valette. And Jackson, 2 quick kills here in the early going.
Nyambio and Jacobs trying to close the block that time, but in all honesty, Andy Jackson kind of just went over the top of them, and at that point, you can't really do much about it.
Valette had a chance to dig it. Shanked it into the crowd. Harper Murray to serve for Nebraska. Serves the libero Cochran. On the left side, Jacobs tools the block of Bergen Riley. And Jacobs up to 2 kills.
Yeah, love the tempo on that set. Just kind of a line drive out to the pin, and Jacobs took advantage. Got the front row setter with Bergen Riley. It's a good option.
Well, the Omaha, Nebraska native, Morgan Burke serves Choboy. Landfair tools the block of her own off the high hands as it sails into the crowd. A kill for Landfair.
Back and forth, point for point. Competitive first set. Good swing from Taylor Landfair. Got benched last night with Lindsey Krause getting a few swings as well out there on the pin.
Nebraska still trying to look for that second outside spot between Krause and Landfair. As Orr checks in to serve. Decent first serve, and just over by Nyambio. Murray out of the back row, dug by Burke. And another miss hit, that time by Valentina Valette. Point for Nebraska. Ties us up at 8.
Michigan can't really afford too many of those. That's the second time here in the first set that on a swing they hadn't even gotten it over the net.
At that point, you just got to try and recycle it. Just hit it off the hands and cover it. As Orr's next serve here. Aims at the libero Cochran. Nyambio out of the middle. A little bit off on the timing, but Alec was coming down, and it lands on the Husker shoe tops.
Yeah, talked about the leaping ability of Andy Jackson earlier. How about Nyambio rising high in the sky to get that one? Pretty impressive stuff.
It's Allison Jacobs. Grad student steps back to serve. Floats this one to Rodriguez. Landfair on the left side, tipping. Doug to Valette. Good cover by Riley. Landfair again tipping into the donut, and it lands in front of Valette and Demetrician. Another kill for Alec.
Yeah, Huskers looking to do a lot more of that here tonight. Get it in system, get it up to the middles, and let them go to work.
Jackson took over late in that third set last night against Illinois. Nebraska will look to do that again as Malk serves. Good receive by Jacobs. Demetrician on the left side. She's blocked back. Blocked back by Alec and Beeson. Now tied up at 11.
Yeah, this rotation for Nebraska has been in a rhythm all weekend long. Malk has been putting them in with aggression, and then up at the net with Alec, Beeson, and Murray. Super strong for Nebraska.
Good pass from Demetrician. She gets it right back. Beeson blocks it back, but it's covered by Burke. Now Valette with a miss hit. Another unforced error for Michigan. That's their third attacking error.
Yeah, and third time that's gone into the net on their own side. They're not hitting it wide or long to at least keep the point alive.
Do you think they're worried about Nebraska's block?
Yeah, that might be it.
Malk serves Demetrician again. An okay pass. She gets it right back. And Beeson there for the block again. Tough serves by Malk. forcing Michigan to get one-dimensional.
Yeah, and that's forcing a timeout as well. It said earlier, this rotation
last season and 5 in the Big Ten. Already have 6 in the Big Ten this season. Malk serves again. Demetrician dug by Riley. And Murray blocks it back, but she went into the net. An aggressive play by Murray to try and block that one. A good idea. Just got a little too far into the net.
Yeah, I love that from Harper Murray. Just going up to protect your players at any cost. And you see her just go up one-on-one. Would have won the matchup, but just kind of soared right into the middle of the net. All smiles on the Husker side.
Great defense in the early going by both teams. It's a dangerous Valentina Valette to serve. Just over the net. What a pass by Malk. Beeson on the right side. And gets the kill. As it looks like Jacobs ran into that scores table. But a big-time kill from Beeson to get Valette off the service line.
Yeah, that's the rotation Michigan would have liked to stay in a bit longer with Valette back there with that tough serve. But how about the freshman Olivia Malk just handling that jumper pretty well?
One of the best serve receivers in the country. Lexi Rodriguez serves Demetrician. And Burke with the setter dump. Jackson was there ready to block it back, but it just snuck down.
Yeah, kind of tight to the net, a little bit awkward, but with that inside hand, just sneakily gets it over the tape. And Michigan's sticking close within scoring difference.
Demetrician serves Malk. Jackson out of the middle, slams it to the floor. Jackson with 3 early kills on 4 swings.
Yeah, that's about as good as it gets offensively for Nebraska. Get it right in front of the net, let Andy Jackson go either in front or this time behind Bergen Riley. Keep the defense guessing.
Beeson's turn at the line. Floats one to Demetrician, a good pass this time. Out of the back row, that's Valette. She's dug by Rodriguez, overpass Joust. Back on Nebraska's side, Murray into the donut. Right in front of the diving Maddie Cochran. And a smart shot by Harper Murray gives Nebraska a 3-point advantage.
Yeah, kind of a scramble in the middle of that rally, but Harper Murray just softly rolls it over the top of the block.
So Merritt Beeson gets the serving signal from head coach John Cook. Another good serve. Good pass by Demetrician, though, as well. And Jacobs saved by Rodriguez. Tight set. Murray just tips it over. Jacobs now off the hands of Riley. Tried to save it on the way down, but it drops in front of Malk. Another kill for Allison Jacobs.
Going right over the top of Bergen Riley and Andy Jackson. Good sliding effort from Malk, but just not quite enough to keep it up for Nebraska.
Cochran serves Murray. Jackson on the slide on the right side. Blocked back. Murray tips it over. And it's going to be a kill. As it was dug initially. And after that second touch, no one could field the third.
Yeah, that was such a long slide attempt that got sent back to the Husker side. But once again, Harper Murray in the perfect position to swing at one and find another point.
As Murray heads back to the line to serve. And she serves into the net. First service error on Nebraska tonight. That's something Nebraska's gotten better at these last couple of matches.
Yeah, Harper Murray last season, by far, that was her biggest weakness was the service line. Been a lot of improvement in her sophomore year, though.
Scott Catholic product. Morgan Burke aims at Murray. Landfair tips it over. Now Jacobs on the left side into the back right corner. Perfect placement from Jacobs. Up to 4 kills on 5 attempts.
Yeah, fit it into just that final few inches of space on the back line. Really tough shot to hit on the outside.
Good pass from Choboy. Jackson rolling the slide. She's blocked. That's Allison Jacobs with the solo stuff, and we're tied at 17 in the first.
Yeah, how about an outside hitter going one-on-one with Andy Jackson, the best hitter in the country, and winning the matchup?
Jacobs only at 5'11", so a critical block.
In the Big Ten coming into tonight, Nebraska a bit better, kind of middle of the pack in the conference, but so far the Huskers have either been missing on their swings or been getting rejected. Kind of a surprising stat early on.
Burke serves Choboy. Not a great pass. Murray saves it. And Jackson lays out, but no one can get it over. So an ace serve for Morgan Burke. Out of the timeout gives Michigan a 1-point advantage.
Yeah, and John Cook over there on the Husker sideline, he's got to be heated after that. Take a timeout and you come out with that.
Burke to serve again. 4-0 run. Serves Choboy. Better pass this time. Now Landfair the left side. A roll shot into the donut. In front of Morgan Burke and Maddie Cochran to stop that 4-0 run.
Yeah, forcing the setter to play some defense right there. Really late sliding attempt to try to make that dig.
Tied at 18. See what the serving specialist Kennedy Orr can do. Aims at Jacobs, a good pass. Nyambio out of the middle. Orr there. Riley tries to set her dump, but she's dug. Jacobs tipping, Orr there again. Landfair on the left side. A miss hit into the net. Another attacking error for Nebraska. That's 6 in the early going.
Just really kind of missed it off the side of her hand into the bottom of the net.
Landfair 3 of 6. Has one error. Allison Jacobs to serve. Aims at Murray, a good pass. Alec on the slide, and she gets the kill. Off of the dig of Morgan Burke. Burke had an attempt at it.
It's a perfect example of why teams in Michigan here tonight have to serve Nebraska as aggressive as possible. You cannot let them get a good pass off of your serve or you're going to get absolutely destroyed on some swings like that from Rebecca Alec.
Riley floats this one to Cochran. A great pass out of the back row. That's Jacobs.
Love, love, love that play from Michigan. You get Nyambio out there kind of stretching out the front row for Nebraska, and then you go to the back row set. Had the front row confused.
Michigan the first to 20. Leading by 1. Mira Chopra steps back to the line to serve. Line drive, tight pass, Alec out of the middle. Her swing is wide, no touch. Michigan with a late 2-point advantage.
It's been a competitive weekend in Lincoln. We'll see if the Huskers can make this comeback. Can't keep missing swings like this, though.
It's a good set for Riley. Look how tight the set was to the net. Okay pass from Murray. Beeson on the left side. She's blocked back. Jackie Boney. And a 3-point lead for Michigan.
Third block of the match for the Wolverines to force a timeout. Look at the extension up in front at the net. No net violation either. Just a perfectly played ball defensively for the Wolverines.
We'll keep it here, but that's on a 3-0 scoring run. It's Mira Chopra looking to take it the distance for Michigan.
And this is going to be a really tough hole to work out of. 3 points down in this one, and Michigan only needs 3 points to take the set.
It all starts with the pass on the serve receive here. And it's long. Service error from Chopra, but a nice 3-0 run that Michigan went on there. And this is 108 and 101 record with the Huskers, a 3-time ABCA Division I Coach of the Year. And flipping over to Michigan. That's head coach Erin Vertru. She's in her second season with the squad. They've had a huge jump in season number 2.
Yeah, 7-22 a season ago, and in just 1 year flipped over. This Michigan team is a winning program about to take a set off Nebraska.
See what Coach Vertru drew up out of the timeout. Good pass on the slide, Boney. And misses wide, no touch. And we're tied at 23.
And now this is where the bob becomes a factor. Nearly 8,000 strong. You see on the replay, just kind of missed off that aggressive tip for Boney. It's a race to 2 right now.
3-0 scoring run for Nebraska. Rodriguez to Demetrician, a tight pass. Murray with the joust and gets the kill. Wins the joust against Burke And a set point chance for Nebraska.
Now the Wolverines have fallen apart at the end of set one here, just a little bit underneath on that joust attempt. We'll see if Rodriguez will finish it out.
Forces from the Jacobs, a good pass. Boney on the slide. And looks like it hit just in front of Bergen Riley. And we're headed to extra points in the first.
That is such a massive swing on the slide. Barely landed in front of Bergen Riley.
Demetrician steps back to serve. Good pass by Mauk. Jackson out of the middle, off the dig of Cochran. And another set point chance for Nebraska.
There's not many players in the country that will win a one-on-one against Andy Jackson. Have to find a way to get a pair of hands in front of her.
Merritt Beeson back to serve. 4 big aces last night. Floats this one to Demetrician, an overpass. Rodriguez there. Jackson on the slide. Covered by Nebraska after the block back by Boney. Left side, Jacobs off the dig of Rodriguez, and we're tied at 25 again.
Yeah, this finish to set one is very reminiscent to the finish to set 3 last night. What a swing from Jacobs, fitting it through the block to get a point.
Now Cochran to serve. To Murray, tight pass. Bergen Riley tries to put it down on the setter dump, but it's wide. Now Michigan with their first set point attempt.
I'm not sure what Bergen Riley was looking for there, just sent it way too strong outside. Kind of a mistake there by the setter.
Cochran steps back to serve. Aims at Mauk, another tight pass. Jackson on the slide, gets the kill off of Valette. As it heads over the net and out of bounds.
Yeah, the scoreboard is seesawing right now. Right through the gap of the block for Andy Jackson. She's got 5 kills already tonight.
5 kills on 10 attempts, 2 errors. Murray serve to Jacobs. Jacobs gets it back. And what a left-handed kill by Jacobs. With the offhand, keeps it in bounds and gets the kill.
That's just a by any means necessary play right there from Jacobs. Offhand, reaching over the top of Bergen Riley. Barely kept that one inside the pin.
Burke serves Murray. Good pass. Jackson on the slide. Dug by Burke. Opportunity to win the set. Jacobs blocked back. Roll shot from Landfair. Dug by Cochran. For the set. Got it. Valentina Valette gives Michigan set 1 at 28-26.
Yeah, long rally right there. Andy Jackson has got to be exhausted right now. She's getting almost every set from Bergen Riley when they're in system. She had to come all the way across to be able to close that block. Not much she could do right there. Great job by Michigan taking advantage of it.
Much like when Michigan played Wisconsin, they took set number 1 from the Badgers 25-21. Take set number 1 from Nebraska 28-26. We'll be back with set 2 from Lincoln after that.
On the match, 7 kills in that extended first set here tonight in Lincoln. She really led the way for this Michigan team that kind of came in here on a back-to-back, beat Iowa last night, and came in and took the first set against the number 2 team in all the land. You see some defensive acumen as well up in front from Jacobs. And this is a Michigan team. They hit 297, nothing crazy, but it was enough to take down Nebraska.
Well, compared to Nebraska's 154, it is kind of crazy. Almost double what Nebraska had, as Jacobs, the UCLA transfer. She was at UCLA for 2 seasons before she transferred to Michigan. Had 15 kills last night, well on her way there tonight.
Yeah, she's been insanely good this year. 18 straight matches with double-digit kills for Allison Jacobs, and already with 7 of them after just 1 set. I'm excited to see what she can get up to in total.
What a difference that she makes. She medically redshirted last season, and having her back, well, Michigan's already up to 16 wins.
Big reason why Michigan has been such a strong team this year. We talked about the big turnaround record-wise under Coach Virtue. She's maybe the biggest reason why.
As Michigan will start off set 2 serving. Morgan Burke, tonight's setter from Omaha. Just serves Murray. Good pass. Beeson on the right side gets the kill. On a net violation, rather. Still would have been a kill for Beeson. Nebraska on the board.
And I'm excited to see how Nebraska responds. You see that nice swing through the gap in the block from Merritt Beeson. They've only dropped 2 sets all month long coming into tonight. Dropped the first one in Michigan, though.
Rodriguez aims at Jacobs. A good pass. Vallette off the dig of Murray. Or rather, that's Riley into the Nebraska crowd, tied at 1.
See right here, right past Jackson and Beeson, making the setter play some defense once again.
Freshman DS Trixie McMillan checks into the game for the first time tonight. 9 aces on the season. Pass from Murray over the net. Nyambio slams it home. Good serve off the bench from McMillan.
Yeah, what a move from Michigan to put McMillan into the match. Perfect serve right down the line. And look at that swing from Nyambio.
McMillan aims in the middle this time to Mauk. Better pass. Beeson able to get the kill. Tool it off the block of Demetrician as Nyambio couldn't get over in time.
Yeah, Nyambio just a little bit late as Nebraska able to even things up. Good swing from Beeson to attack that inside.
As Beeson heads back to serve now. Tied for the team lead in kills with 5. Aims at Demetrician, an okay pass. Vallette off the block of Jackson. Mauk there to cover it. Beeson out of the back row, tipping, and finds the court. In front of the diving Morgan Burke, a smart, crafty shot by Merritt Beeson.
Yeah, Burke's been really slow on some of these diving attempts tonight. We'll see if Nebraska keeps attacking that spot in the court, just kind of on that corner of the 10-foot line.
Beeson spins the ball. Floats over to Demetrician again, another good pass. Demetrician gets it back on the left side. Mauk there on the tip. Murray tipping, Demetrician there. Vallette gets it back on the right side. 2-arm dig by Rodriguez. Setter dump attempt from Riley. Put back over. Riley to Murray on the left side. Off the block and in. Kill on the longest rally of the night for Harper Murray.
A strong rally right there from both sides. Good defense and good offense. But Nebraska able to be a little bit more aggressive. Had Michigan kind of out of system the whole time. That's why they're up 4-2.
Great back set from Riley as well. Beeson to serve, 3-0 run, aims at Cochran. Good pass, Vallette, the block back. Solo stuff by Harper Murray. Wow.
Yeah, Nebraska's block has not been very strong tonight, but it was strong right there. Just right back down in Michigan's face.
Perfect seal from Murray. Beeson again at Demetrician. This time not a good pass, and it's an ace. First ace of the night for Beeson. First of the night for either side.
Yeah, and that's now 5 aces on the weekend for Merritt Beeson. Quite a heater for the Florida transfer.
We'll keep it here. Nebraska leads 6-2 here in the second set. Part of a 5-0 run by Merritt Beeson, serving something that is Michigan's strength this season. No aces to this point.
Error tonight for Jacob. She's still hitting over 400.
Still only has 7 kills, though. Had 7 in the first. Good serve by Riley to the libero. And Vallette out of the back row gets the kill. Both teams using the back row to get offense going.
And with Michigan now within 5, this is probably the time they want to turn on the Jets. Get back into this matchup.
Maddie Cochran aims at the other libero, Rodriguez. Perfect pass. Alec Doug. Vallette out of the back row again. Misses long. No touch from Vallette. And it's a point for Nebraska.
Yeah, just completely out of control on that swing. Just put everything that she had into it, hoping to maybe get some contact off high hands. Didn't get any, though.
Nebraska's block was there, had 2 blockers with her. So Olivia Mauk ready to serve. Good pass by Jacobs. Nyambio out of the middle, blocked back, covered. Give it to Jacobs on the left side, off the block. Malk there. Alec tipping with the offhand, blocked back. And Rodriguez gets it over. One-arm dig by Malk, and it travels out of bounds. No one there for the second touch. Jacobs ends up with the kill.
Yeah, this has been probably the best front row that Michigan's had to offer tonight. Really solid piece of hitting right there from Jacobs off the hands. But you got Jacobs and Nyambio up in the front.
Line drive serve from Burke. Beeson on the right side. A net violation called on the Wolverines. Would have been a dig. And an attempt for the Wolverines to get a point, instead into the net.
You see Nyambio a little bit late on this attempt. I don't know if she crashed into Jacobs maybe, but one of them made contact.
Rodriguez serves at Jacobs. To Vallette on the left side. Malk chases after it. Off the net to Murray. She's tipping. Vallette there on the cover. Jacobs tries to put it down. Gets the touch. As it was wide. They're going to say the block touched and a kill for Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs got hit low by her teammate. I think it was Vallette that kind of fell into her knee, so she didn't even have time to move back and get an approach. Just standing vertical and attack with two hands somehow added a point.
Trixie McMillan checks back into the game and promptly serves long. Point for Nebraska as they lead by 6 midway through the second.
Yeah, that's what can't happen for Michigan. Can't bring in a serving sub and miss it right away. As you see, just kind of soars past the Nebraska text behind the baseline.
So now Merritt Beeson had that big 5-0 run earlier in the set. Steps back to serve. Aims at the libero Cochran, a good pass. Vallette gets it back into the antenna. And it was not off the block, so it's a point for Nebraska. Just a mishit from Vallette there. As Aaron Vertru and the Wolverines call their second timeout of set number 2. Nebraska out to a 7, in part due to Merritt Beeson at the line and offensively.
7 kills on just 11 total attacks tonight. Really some solid numbers for Merritt Beeson, hitting .273. She was a key contributor last night. And on the back half of a back-to-back, it's been Beeson time once again.
Has one ace tonight. Part of a 5-0 scoring run earlier in set number 2 to really get Nebraska this 7-point lead.
It's of her game, operating pretty well so far.
That's why she's one of the best all-around players in the country.
Such a key transfer a year ago coming in from Florida. Nebraska had so many newcomers, and they were able to turn it into a national championship runner-up team.
And a captain in her first 2 years. She floats this one over. Bad pass from Jacobs and an ace serve for Beeson, her second of the night.
Her second of the night and 6th of the weekend. Have a weekend. Merritt Beeson just going right after Jacobs right there, the best player from Michigan.
Not what Michigan wanted out of the timeout. Aims at Jacobs again. This time a better pass. Nyambio out of the middle, blocked back by Jackson. Nyambio again. Malk there to cover. Murray left side. Cochran the libero. Demetrician was looking for hands. I'm not sure it hit at the net, but then a one-arm stab by Beeson. And it sails out of bounds, a kill for Demetrician.
Yeah, such a tight set to the net. But somehow she was able to add it kind of off the back of the, near the back line, like you said, just kind of that one-hand stab effort.
Mira Chopra to serve. 19 aces, 27 service errors. Floats it just over the net. Malk there. Jackson on the slide attempt. Misses long. Back-to-back points for the Wolverines. And the third hitting error for Jackson tonight.
Yeah, I honestly cannot believe my eyes looking at this stat sheet. 3 errors from Andy Jackson. Not something you see very often.
She hit .667 last night. Leads the nation in hitting percentage at .491. Hitting just .214 tonight. Chopra's serve twinkles the twine. And Murray got a touch on the kill. Would have been long Got a minuscule touch at the net.
Barely made contact, but that's an important one for Nebraska. Michigan continues to barely kind of hang around here in set 2, but if it would have gone to 6 and maybe a scoring run for the Wolverines, could have had a very similar finish as we had in set 1.
Harper Murray, the Ann Arbor, Michigan native, to serve. Aims at Jacobs, a good pass this time. Vallette on the right side, block touch, dug by Choboy. Out of the back row, that's Murray tipping, pushed back over, and Rodriguez with the diving dig. Landfair on the left side, out of system, dug by the libero. Tipping Jacobs, Landfair punches it up, Choboy dives in, no one there to get the third touch, and it's a kill for Michigan.
There was not a second of that rally that Nebraska looked comfortable. Barely got it over the first time, and then we're taking a look at the second scramble for the volleyball. Just really sloppy defense, giving Michigan a point there.
Valentina Vallette, the dangerous server at the line, high jump serve. Diving dig on the reception by Rodriguez. Jackson blocked back, Choboy covers, Landfair left side, blocked back by Wolverines. Roll shot misses long from Landfair. And now it's a 3-0 run for Michigan.
Just a really bad swing right there from Taylor Landfair. Just awkward approach, set a little bit too far off the net, so she couldn't get her normal swing going. But at that point, as a hitter, you have to better that ball for your setter. And at that point, now it's a 5-point
serve, misses long. And Michigan returns the favor.
Now the service errors started to get out of control for the Wolverines here on the road. Not going to be able to make this comeback if you keep giving.
Number 7 on the night. Riley aims at the libero Cochran. On the slide, that's Jackie Boney. And a point from the middle Boney.
Alec got completely fooled on that slide attempt. She just hung with the setter and then left Taylor Landfair on an island right there against Boney. Not an easy thing to do.
Sharp angle from Boney on the slide. Cochran serves Murray. Not a great pass. Out of system, Beeson gets the kill. Off the dig of Ella Demetrician and into the Michigan bench. Good out of system kill for Beeson.
At the end of this set, Michigan's been banging on that glass ceiling, but just can't quite break through this 5 or 6 point difference on the comeback effort.
Mauk serves Jacobs. Jacobs gets it back, tipping. Off the block of Beeson. Murray on the left side. High dig for Cochran. Jacobs gets it back on the left side. Looking for hands. And no touch. As the hit goes long, Huskers 2 points away.
It's going to be so tough to make this late set comeback. The Bob is going to be booming pretty soon with a potential set point right after this.
Mauk to serve again. Floats this one to Jacobs. Jacobs gets it back. Off the block. Corralled by Riley. Murray's blocked back. Alec keeps it up. Roll shot from Beeson. Dug by Burke. Jacobs again. Off the block of Beeson. And into the score stable. Another kill for Jacobs.
That's number 11 now, Camden, and she has been almost unstoppable tonight. Even when she doesn't put it down on the Nebraska side of the court, she does such a good job of hitting it off high hands.
Burke serves just long as Murray let it go. It's very close to that end line and a set point chance for Nebraska.
Too many service errors, Camden. That's what got Michigan in this set.
Lexi Rodriguez to serve. Huskers lead by 7 in set number 2. Aims at Jacobs, a good pass. Vallette into the antenna. The hit is wide and Nebraska takes set 2, 25-17. As you see there, it's right into the antenna several times tonight. That Vallette's done just that. The match now tied at a set apiece after Michigan takes the first set 28-26. Nebraska takes the second, 25-17. Don't go anywhere. Tied at a set apiece. 6 for Nebraska and 7 service errors for Michigan. But Nebraska's had 4 aces compared to Michigan's 0.
Yeah, looking at the stats from Michigan, 157 hit percentage, 7 service errors as we look at some of the better serves tonight on some of these aces, starting with Merritt Beeson. You wouldn't think that those numbers have got Michigan tied 1 set apiece with Nebraska. The Huskers kind of came out very sloppy in the first set, had a little bit more momentum and motivation in set 2, but now another challenge is coming out of the locker room with that same fire, and they're going to need to bring some of those strong serves as well.
Huskers still only hitting 157 for the match. 224 for Michigan. Michigan had more attack errors in that second set. 12 on the night compared to Nebraska's 15.
Out of the locker room. If Nebraska comes out slow again, don't be surprised if Michigan jumps out to a big lead. I got to think in this intermission, Coach Virtue has been telling her team that we can compete with Nebraska and we can actually win this one. Just 2 more sets here on the road to wrap up the weekend.
This is really just a pivotal set for both sides. As whoever takes the third is going to have a 2-set-to-1 advantage and be feeling good going into the fourth.
And I don't know if Michigan's in as good of a position to drop this third set as Nebraska would be. Obviously, at home, you'd have the home support.
Olivia Mauk to start set number 3 for Nebraska. Aims at the libero, Cochran. Jacobs on the left side, joust at the net. Lands just wide. And Michigan gets the first point of the third.
It's a big point win for Michigan. I know it's just 1-0, but Nebraska starts it off with their best rotation out there. It's been working all night long, but they get out of it after just 1 point.
Maddie Cochran back to serve. May have been long. Murray played it, gets it back on the left side, and hits that line right on the left side of the court. Perfect placement from Murray for the kill.
Yeah, I don't mind Harper Murray playing that questionable ball as much, just as long as she's going to do that and keep that ball in.
Rather her do that than let it be an ace. It's Lexi Rodriguez to serve. Demetrition with the good pass. Out of the back row, that's Vallette. And looks like 4 touches, as Nebraska didn't touch it. And we might have a challenge from Michigan saying that Nebraska did. We'll see here. And that's exactly what it is. Coach Virtue saying that there was a touch, which would result in a replay of the point. What did you see initially, Jake?
Well, first off, it's just been a really rough night for Valentina Vallette. 8 attack errors as it stands right now, unless that gets overturned into a block touch for Nebraska. But I think once we get another look kind of at a closer angle from up at the net, it's pretty close, but it looks like it might have just hit into the tape with Murray up there on the block, because that's really the only person who would have touched it, maybe Jackson as well. As we see some of the replays here at the Bob. This is the best angle, I would say.
Looked like Murray was coming down. Jackson was still in the air, so I think if anyone touched it, it would probably be Jackson. But Vallette's missed a couple of times into the net tonight, and that could have just been what this one was as well.
She's had the most attempts as well. They've gotten her way 24 times, but haven't really gotten the production they've needed from Michigan's second top hitter.
But Allison Jacobs has really stepped up in her absence. 12 kills, 3 errors on 21 attempts.
And here's a good look at the swing from the back row. Yeah, that looks like it hit mostly tape.
And the call in the court confirmed. Point for Nebraska, didn't touch any Husker arms. And so it's an attacking error, 4-hit violation on Michigan. Nebraska leads by 1. Rodriguez, a line drive serve to Jacobs. Gets it back on the left side off the block of Beeson. Riley there. Beeson gets it back. She hits it off the block. And Demetrition unable to handle it. And a kill for Merritt Beeson.
Yeah, that swing came in way too hard up top off the hands to handle for Michigan.
3-0 scoring run for the Huskers here in the early going in set 3. This time a float serve by Rodriguez. A good diving save by Jacobs. Then Nyambio gets blocked back. A double block by Harper Murray and Andy Jackson.
Really quick start out of the gate in set 3 for Nebraska. Good defense up near the pin. Murray and Jackson. I think it was Murray who got her hands on that one to make it 4-1.
Good pass by Jacobs out of the back row. Vallette misses wide, no touch. And a 5-0 run for Nebraska.
And Vallette really missed a good opportunity right there. 1-on-1 as Murray went with the setter out to the pin. And even from the back row against one blocker, she just completely missed the court.
Rodriguez, another lollipop serve. Jacobs there. Tries to force this one down. Rodriguez with a diving save. Jackson out of the middle. And looks like a center line violation. Can't tell who it was on. It was on Nebraska, but who it was personnel-wise.
And maybe that point gives Michigan a little bit of momentum coming into this next point as we take a look. It looks like maybe Bergen Riley stepping underneath on that set.
Burke serves Murray. Beeson right side in. Hits the back end line. Very close. As Aaron Vertru looks to her team for confirmation.
That's perfect placement from Merritt Beeson. She's got 10 kills tonight to lead the Huskers.
Hitting .400. She steps back to the service line now. Aims at Demetrician, an okay pass. And a block on Valentina Vallette. That's tied at a set apiece after Michigan took set 1 28-26. Nebraska bounced back, took set number 2 25-17. As we sit here in the third, Camden Cohn alongside Jacob Schrantz. Huskers looking to extend their lead after the Michigan timeout. Nyambio still in there for Michigan after slipping on the previous play. Beeson aims at Cochran. Jacobs on the right side. Good set piece out of the timeout from Michigan as Jacobs gets the kill near that back line.
Took a bit of a different approach to that swing, kind of a little bit more inside. Brought Harper Murray more in from the pin, a bit of a different setup for that Husker defense as well. Nice job.
Trixie McMillan, freshman serving specialist in. Murray on the left side gets the kill. Got the touch. Murray looking for hands, has her 9th kill of the night.
Murray's done a good job as that secondary option here tonight. 9 kills, nearly matching Merritt Beeson's 10. As this Husker offense wakes up just a bit, Michigan falling apart a bit.
Yeah, Nebraska now hitting 195, Michigan down to 165. Murray's next serve, aims at Jacobs, a good pass. Demetrician on the left side, a one-arm stab at it by Murray. Landfair uses the block off of Nyambio and to the shoe tops of the Wolverines for a kill for Landfair.
It's not been Landfair's night, a few errors, but right there, good job reaching high, bit off the net as well, so she had to kind of survey the block a bit more.
Good serve from Murray, and it's an ace. 5 aces for Nebraska, 0 for Michigan.
The serving battle was something we were going to observe here tonight. Michigan, one of the best in the conference, but so far tonight, it's been all Nebraska in that category.
It's 3 aces for Murray. As Vallette gets the kill on the right side. Much needed side out after a 3-0 Nebraska run.
I've been a bit surprised that Michigan has continued to go Vallette's way. I know that she's the second option behind Allison Jacobs, but with 10 errors to just 8 kills tonight, thought they would start going somewhere else, but not quite.
Mira Chopra in the serve and into the net. Service error for the Wolverines, number 9 of the night. Thinking of other options for the Wolverines, you have middle Jackie Boney. She's 4 of 7 on the night, but Wolverines can't set the middles if they can't have a solid serve receive to start.
Yeah, both middles have been pretty solid tonight, both hitting over 200 with Boney and Nyambio, but like you said, when Nebraska's serve has been so tough, it's hard to get in system.
Good pass this time from Demetrician. Valette tees off, but it's wide. And another attacking error from Valette.
Just missed it wide, a bit too far down the line. I know what she was going for, but just kind of swung a bit outside.
Or floats this one in. Out of the middle, there's Boney. Exactly what you needed out of the middles.
Exactly what they needed indeed. Jackie Boney with a hammer right through Rebecca Alec. No one else there to help her out.
A little bit of anger unleashed behind that swing from Boney. See what Valette can do at the service line. Good pass from Choboy. Out of the back row, it's Murray. Dug by Valette, and out of system set to Demetrician, who's blocked back but covered. Another swing from Demetrician off of the block. Great swing by the freshman. Stays cool, calm, and collected on that rally.
And it might have to be a Demetrician kind of night for Michigan, with Valette struggling a bit offensively, but it's one of the only times where she's able to keep her serve. She's had a lot of misses on the first time. We'll see if she can go on a run here.
Rodriguez with a good pass. Landfair on the left side. Touches hands. Libero keeps it up. Passed over by Valette. Rebecca Alec tipping on the slide. Kept up by the setter Burke. Valette out of the back row. Dug by Murray. A tight pass. Setter dump from Riley. And sneaky dump set from Bergen Riley. Ends in a point for Nebraska.
One of the only times that she's done it here tonight. It looked like, I think it was Boney who was up there, kind of prepared for it, but just a good angle to take going across to the opposite side of the court.
Riley steps back to serve now. First kill of the night. Says she has 4 attempts. Line drive serve at Demetrician. Boney on the slide. Stuffed. Rebecca Alec and Taylor Landfair there to shut the slide down.
And the size up in front for Nebraska. Alec and also Landfair closed it super well to give Nebraska this 9-point advantage.
Huskers in control here in set 3 midway through. Short serve from Riley. It looked like miscommunication on the Wolverines side of the net. Landfair off the block, dug by Demetrician. Boney on the right side. Michigan a little bit out of sorts. Beeson off the dig and still in, and Rodriguez couldn't play it. A lucky point for the Wolverines off the dig. So it was going to stay in, and Rodriguez couldn't get to it.
Yeah, good hustle, but just that one outstretched arm just a bit out of reach for one of the best defensive players in the country.
Valette will take that kill. Her 9th of the night, still hitting negative. Aiming at Landfair, good pass. Landfair gets it back on the right side. Now she's blocked. That's Allison Jacobs with the block. That's her 2nd of the night. Michigan trying to crawl back into it.
And that's a good block, but Landfair needs to find a way to get it past just one pair of outstretched hands.
Demetrician aims at Landfair again. Another okay pass. Beeson this time. Hits the back line. What placement from Beeson. Having a fantastic night. 11 kills here in the 3rd.
Yeah, she's picked Nebraska up really well when they need some points. As Nebraska's doubled up the Wolverines.
Malk back to serve. Couple dribbles, spins it. Floats it to Demetrician. Okay pass, pulls the setter off the net. Malk there on the dig. Alec out of the middle. Past Valentina Valette. And a kill out of the middle from Rebecca Alec.
Starting to see the normal Nebraska show up here in set 3 to force this timeout.
2nd timeout of the set and final timeout for the Wolverines as Nebraska leads by 9 late in the 3rd set. They're in set number 3 after they took the first set. Lost the first set, rather, 28-26. Won the second set, 25-17. And lead here in the third, 17-8.
We'll see out of the timeout if Nebraska's momentum has been slowed at all. Michigan really needs a big run if they want to stay in this matchup. I think if they drop this one, it makes it so much tougher to make the comeback on the road.
Olivia Malk to serve. Aims at Demetrician, a good pass. Wolverines in system. Jacobs is stuffed. Merritt, Beeson, and Rebecca Alec on the block.
One of the only times that Nebraska's block has been able to catch up to that up-tempo set outside that they like to use with Jacobs. And you see Beeson kind of covering some of the space that Alec wasn't able to cover.
Short serve by Malk. Good pass by Demetrician. Now Jacobs, looked like it was off the block. And it looks like they're changing it now. I was going to say, it looked like it went right into the antenna. A point for Nebraska. You see there, Jacobs right into the antenna. Beeson was there for the block, but it was hit wide. So now it looks like Michigan might try and challenge this.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the challenge at this point, down by 11 on the scoreboard. If you can sneak a point in here off of an overturn, you'll take it, but I think this might be a pretty quick review.
Worth challenging for Michigan, down 11, a 4-0 scoring run for Nebraska as it stands.
Using that left hand, not her strong hand, as the set got outside of the circle.
That's pretty close, actually, from that angle.
Yeah, Beeson's hands did touch it, but it's all about whether it hit the antenna first or if it kind of ricocheted off the outside part of Merritt Beeson's hands.
It's tough to tell from the angle they're showing on the Jumbotron right now. Because initially I thought that it went to the antenna first. But when we saw that second replay, that one right there, did it hit Beeson's fingers first? I think it might have.
Yeah, this might be a pretty good challenge from Coach Virtue. Cut it to single digits once again on the scoreboard. Maybe inject some life into set 3 for the Wolverines.
Should result in a Wolverine kill, since it would have been off the antenna after Nebraska touched it. The play automatically is dead once it hits that antenna. It's just like landing out of bounds.
Looks like we have our decision as well.
And it is a point for the Wolverines. It's reversed. According to down referee Sergio Gonzalez. I think that's the right call, as we saw in that second angle.
Yeah, maybe just scraped Beeson's fingers almost simultaneously. Pretty close. Kind of bang bang right there.
So a kill for Jacobs. Cochran serves. Alec out of the middle. Unleashes, overpass. Nebraska gets it back. Back to Alec. Doug. Jacobs off hands. Malk there. Murray off the net, looking for hands. Dug by Demetrician. And Jacobs into the donut. Back-to-back kills for Allison Jacobs, up to 15 on the night.
That whole point I credit to Maddie Cochran right there on the initial swing from Rebecca Alec to keep Michigan alive in that point, and then Allison Jacobs finishing it up.
15 kills, 30 attacks, 4 errors, hitting .367. Now a good serve. Beeson on the right side, off hands, and Burt couldn't handle it. It was a good block touch on that right side for Michigan. Burt just unable to handle it.
It just barely got her left hand out there. No one near for us. Michigan kept rerunning this one set where they would throw it all the way to the back row. Weren't able to find success, and once it got into Nebraska's side, it was Harper Murray doing the rest.
Good pass by Jacobs. She gets it back, and off hands of Beeson. Another kill for Jacobs. She's been impressive tonight.
She's up to 16 kills in just 3 sets here tonight. Insane.
after having 15 last night in 3 sets. Serves there, Murray keeps it up. Beeson right side off the block, covered by Riley. Murray tools the block off the hands of Vallette. Harper Murray having a nice game, up to 11 kills in double figures.
Yeah, such a polished offensive player, going up off the outside of the hand of Valentina Vallette to get the Huskers 2 points within a 2-1 advantage in this match.
Merritt Beeson steps back to the line, 2 aces tonight. Just over the twine. Jacobs on the right side unloads. Pushed back by Rodriguez. More of self-defense on that one. A free ball over from the Wolverines. Jackson out of the middle. Block back and in. Called in by one official, out by another. And it's a point for Nebraska.
Yeah, a bit of a discrepancy between the officials. Looks like the up referee got a better look at it. So that's what happened on the overturn there. Huskers defense scrambled after it, and that might be close.
Nebraska's set point chance. Beeson a short serve. Pushed over to Vallette. Murray left side tipping and finds the court. Set 3, Nebraska 25-11, and they take a 2-1 lead.
Veteran tip right there from Harper Murray. Saw the inside shade that the block was showing her, so she took it to the outside with that soft tip. No one in that space to cover it up.
Nebraska leads 2-1, come back for the 4th on Big Ten Plus. Back at the Bob Manning Sports Center where Nebraska leads 2-1. It's been a very competitive match, and the two outsides have really been going at it in Merritt Beeson and Allison Jacobs.
Beeson and Allison Jacobs have been the highlights for both sides, for Nebraska and Michigan respectively. They're either tied or they lead their teams in kills, and we're looking at some of the highlights. That's one from Allison Jacobs rising up against Andy Jackson, one of the best hitters in the Big Ten. But then it's Beeson on the other side contributing with kills and ace serves. One of the top servers on this Big Red squad. She's got, I believe, 6 this weekend as we take a look at some of the
5-9 for the match. And that's someone that Michigan's going to need to get going if they want to take the 4th set.
Yeah, Valentina Vallette has had a really, really rough night tonight. The 9 kills is solid, but with 11 attack errors herself, she's got just 5 less errors alone than Nebraska has as a team. She needs to clean it up if they're going to make this 2-set comeback and take it in 5.
Huskers close the set on a 3-0 run. A lot of 3-0 runs in that 3rd set. That propelled Nebraska to 14-point set 3 win. So it looks like Michigan will start set 4 serving. And it is Valentina Vallette. See what she can do with her serve.
Could be a chance here for Michigan to jump out to an early advantage if Vallette can finally find that run that she hasn't been able to all night long.
Set 4 underway, courtesy of Valentina Vallette. Good pass by Rodriguez. Alec blocked back. Landfair into the donut, and it's called down. And that's going to be a kill for Taylor Landfair. And a point for Nebraska.
Michigan would like to win that point with Vallette back there, but just such a great spot on that roll shot to give the Huskers the first point of the set.
Landfair up to 5 kills on 20 attempts. Olivia Mauk serves Demetrician. Out of the back row, Jacobs tipping, swatted back. What an athletic play by Rebecca Alec in the middle.
Just stayed up there around 9 feet in the air and kept that right hand up high to just reject it right back to sender.
Officially goes as a block. More like an attack from Alec, though. It's another good pass from Demetrician. Boney dug down the line by Rodriguez. Beeson on the right side, saved by Cochran. Free ball over. Huskers in system. Alec out of the middle, slams it home. Off the foot of Valentina Vallette. And a 3-0 run to start set 3.
Michigan's got to do something about Rebecca Alec in a hurry, or else this set is going to get out of hand. The Lincoln native is eating right now at the net. Not much contest up there.
Shorter serve this time by Mauk. Boney on the tip, a one-arm dig by Beeson and a free ball over from Riley. Boney again on the slide. This time she gets it down.
They got Alec on the move on that block attempt. And Boney once again coming through with a nice swing. 5 kills tonight. Make it 6 now on just 13 attempts.
Demetrician serves. Aims right at Rodriguez. Perfect pass. Alec tips it. Couldn't get it over the net. Missed timing between Riley and Alec, and a point for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Rebecca Alec can hang in the air as long as anyone in the country, but that time just a little bit off on that tip. Touch the fingertips.
This serve from Demetrician sails long. Service error Greens compared to just 2 for Nebraska.
10 errors, no aces from the second best serving team in the conference. 139 aces on the year to nothing here tonight.
Rodriguez serves. Boney off the block and out. 2 kills for Boney in the early going here in set 4.
Backgammon, if that landed about maybe half a foot more toward the inside part, or rather the outside part, could have been a block for Harper Murray.
Cochran serves Murray. She gets it back on the left side, tools the block. Off the block of Burke and Nyambio. And another nice swing from Harper Murray. Now is the team lead in kills tonight.
Yeah, she's quietly kind of risen up the ranks for Nebraska's offense in this matchup. Early on, it was pretty much all Merritt Beeson, but she'll take the support, no doubt.
And another ace serve by Merritt Beeson. Number 3 for her.
What a weekend. What a weekend for Merritt Beeson, just attacking right down the line with an aggressive line drive type of serve. Tough to handle.
Another line drive at Jacobs. Better pass this time. Nyambio on the slide. And looks like the hit's wide. No touch. As the line judge couldn't quite tell if there's a touch or not. So that's what Coach Vertrue's asking.
It looks like they might not challenge it, but a couple of times tonight where there's been some discussions between the officials and some changes of a call.
Point for Nebraska, 3-0 run for Beeson. And out of the back row, a tip for Vallette. Jackson out of the middle. Got it. What a quick set by Bergen Riley to Andy Jackson.
Yeah, Andy Jackson makes that look easy. Just rising up.
Trunks. Nebraska 2-1 lead. Dropped the first set 28-26. Won the second and third 25-17 and 25-11. Looking to take the fourth set, leading 8-3. It's Beeson, 4-0 service run. Forced a Michigan timeout, and she floats this one into the net.
Good use of the timeout there by the road team in Michigan here tonight. Still within reach. It's early on in set 4. See if they can make the comeback.
Good pass from Mauk. Setter dump is wide. The idea was there from Riley, but now back-to-back points for the Wolverines.
Second time tonight where she just hasn't turned her shoulders enough. Kind of a bit wide on the angle. Needs to turn just a little bit more to get that one in.
Burke serves Mauk again. An okay pass. Beeson on the right side, way long. No touch. Now a 3-0 run for the Wolverines out of the timeout.
I think that might have just hit off like the wrist or something of Merritt Beeson, and she quickly comes out of the game to bring in some more defensive ability with Lainey Choboy.
Burke serves right at Choboy, a perfect pass. Murray dug by Demetrician. Jackson keeps it in the air. Murray left side, tools the block. Big time kill for Murray. Get the much needed side out, get the advantage back up to 3.
Nice job off the outside of the hands. Harper Murray.
On the N in Nebraska. Serves Jacobs, a good pass. Nyambio out of the middle. Finds the end line. And a nice kill out of the middle for Nyambio. Just kill number 4 for her.
I think that might have just scraped the sideline from Nyambio. Good angle and good touch as well. Could have very easily sent that one almost into the 3rd row.
The senior Chopra in to serve for the Wolverines. Choboy, tight pass, joust at the net. Controlled by the Wolverines. Demetrician. Doug, another tight pass and blocked back. Ella Demetrician. Again, 2 tight passes off of Diggs for Nebraska. And it's a 1-point game in the 4th.
There was a couple jousts in that rally. Bergen Riley won the first one, did not win the second one, right down on the Husker side.
Chopra serves Choboy, a better pass this time. Landfair on the left side, just long. No touch, and we're tied at 10 midway through the 4th.
That was very close to being in. Solid spot on that swing from Landfair. And I think they're going to challenge it.
Nebraska thought that it was in. The student section's the one that told them it was in.
That looked like it was in from our angle up here in the booth, but obviously the line judge does have a better sight in that angle than we do, but it's a big swing point right here. If it's not changed, it's tied up at 10-10.
First challenge utilized of the night for Nebraska. It's a quick one. And it's a point for Michigan. That's not going to make Coach Cook very happy that the students told him it was in. Instead, he wastes the challenge.
Well, the students always want to say it's in. They always want to say the Huskers won the point. But unfortunately for Coach Cook, he'll lose that challenge, and it's tied up.
Tied at 10. In set number 4, Michigan needs this one to force it to a 5th. Now a service error from Chopra. And Nebraska back to a 1-point advantage.
Just completely mishit that service attempt right into the middle of the net. Kind of an unfortunate miss for Chopra. Started to build a little bit of momentum, and then you let Nebraska take it right back with that unforced error.
11 service errors for the Wolverines, just 3 for Nebraska. And Bergen Riley promptly responds with a service error.
Now, Wolverines will take that every day of the week. And now it's time for Volleyball once again. Can she get a service run? It's a foot fault, Camden.
An unforced error by Michigan was right off the top of the net, but right away, the down official down there called a foot fault.
Yeah, her toes on the baseline. Can't do that. Would have been a pretty good serve. It kind of bounced off the tape. Would have been tough to handle.
DS Olivia Mauk to serve. Good pass. Boney on the slide. Riley there for the dig. Roll shot from Murray, kept up by Demetrician. Out of system set. Free ball over. Murray. Out of bounds, no touch. Looked like it just rolled off the top of the tape and landed out of bounds on Nebraska's side of the net.
And Nebraska's taken 2 sets in a row, but here in set 4, this is very reminiscent of the first one of the night where it's so back and forth, even up at 12 now.
Demetrician serves Murray, a good pass. She gets it back. Demetrician there for the up. Boney tips, Rodriguez on the cover. Murray again into the donut. And off of the dig of Demetrician into the floor.
15 now for Harper Murray. High hand reaching on that tip. It's a pretty solid effort, actually, sliding in there at the last second for, I believe that was Demetrician, reaching out with that left hand, but not quite able to position it properly.
Alexi Rodriguez to serve. 1 point lead for Nebraska. Good serve. Good pass by Cochran. Blocked back, covered. Vallette again. Rather Jacobs. Dug by Riley. Murray left side off the dig. Jacobs again left side. Kept up by Riley. Diving dig by Jackson. Put over by Murray. Jacobs left side. Off the block of Jackson and down. What a rally and what a point for Michigan to tie it back up.
That's a big one. Halfway through set 4, and Michigan still fighting even though they're on the road. Back half of a back-to-back for both of these teams. Got to be exhausted at this point.
3 games in a week for the Wolverines. As Cochran serves, Malk plays it. Murray left side, gets the touch, and kill number 16 on the night.
Yeah, Murray's taken over right now with Beeson back there to serve. This front row could become pretty dangerous with Harper Murray on a roll like this.
Wolverines played Wisconsin this past Sunday. Of course, played Iowa last night before playing Nebraska tonight. Overpass. Jackson on the slide. She's blocked back. A stuffed block by Allison Jacobs and Serena Nyambio.
Yeah, and it's hard to disapprove of a set that you can give to Andy Jackson, but with the way that Harper Murray has been swinging that right arm in this matchup, I would have liked to see another one go her way on that free ball.
Served by Burke. Jackson again on the slide, just long. And no touch. Huskers are trying to get a touch. It's like conflicting calls again between one of the line judges and the up official.
Yeah, Merritt Beeson, the team captain, going over there to talk, and she'll relay the message. Nebraska's already lost the challenge earlier this set as well.
So it's going to go as a kill for Michigan.
And they're showing the replay on the board, and I don't know if they would have won it anyways.
Beeson out of the back row, dug by Cochran. Jacobs, hit is wide, and there's a touch. That's back-to-back points for Michigan. That forces a Nebraska timeout as they trail by 2.
Yeah, haven't gone Harper Murray's way in a few swings, even though she is red hot right now offensively. And it's costing Nebraska down by 2 now.
2 in set number 4. But Harper Murray trying to keep Nebraska in at 16 kills and a couple aces to go along with it.
Yeah, it's been a really solid night for her. Got going around the second set onward, as it was Merritt Beeson in the first, but then now Harper Murray doing a good job attacking off of the block, some tips, some roll shots, and then, like you said, behind the service line, she's been effective as well. And they need her to keep it going. Down by 2 right now, deep into set 4, trying to avoid having to go to 5 here at home.
Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. It's the setter Morgan Burke, the Omaha, Nebraska native, back to serve. A 3-0 scoring run. Aims at Choboy, not a great pass. Murray on the left side unloads. Dig travels back over the net to Nebraska. Murray again gets the kill past the diving Demetrician, and a side out for Nebraska.
And obviously we weren't in there in the huddle in the timeout, but that's 2 back-to-back swings for Harper Murray out of the timeout. Got to wonder if maybe that was the main discussion point. Get her the volleyball when you're in system.
Hitting .350 for the match. Floats this one over. Good pass by Jacobs. Nyambio out of the middle. Wow. Off the dig of Choboy and into the crowd.
Just like that, another point back for the maize and blue. Hit Choboy kind of off the shoulder. Awkward spot for her to be in. Not really a touch up in front. Got to get a hand on it.
Trixie McMillan, the freshman in to serve. Aims at Murray, a good pass. Landfair on the left side, she's blocked. Nyambio and Valentina Vallette on the block. And here comes Lindsay Krause.
Yeah, we were wondering if we would see Krause minutes at all here tonight. Saw it last night, and Landfair heads to the bench once again. We'll see if Krause makes a difference.
A 3-point lead for the Wolverines late in set 4. And a service error from McMillan trims that lead to 2. Kennedy Orr checks in for Nebraska to serve.
And look at those service numbers, Camden. 13 errors as opposed to 4. That is crucial in such a close matchup.
Half a set. Orr floats this one to Demetrician. Demetrician gets it back and hits it into the net. An unforced error. Number 24 of the night. Attack error number 24 for Michigan.
And it's starting to get tight right now, deep into set 4. Just a 1-point difference. Nebraska on Michigan's heels. We'll see if they can keep it going with Kennedy Orr here.
Aims at Demetrician again. A good pass. Out of the back row. Jacobs is dug. Krause tipping on the left side. Punched back by Nyambio. Back to Nebraska. Krause again. Off the block and down. A good block touch by Nyambio, but lands just in front of her. And a kill for Lindsay Krause.
Really good display of what Lindsay Krause can bring to the table. Back-to-back plays, she goes soft, then she goes hard on the swing through the block to tie it up.
Or aims at Demetrician again. Nyambio tipping out of the middle, punched back by Alec. Demetrician again. Blocked! Rebecca Alec, the solo stuff, gives Nebraska the 1-point lead.
Number 5 for Rebecca Alec here tonight. Just a monster defensively up at the net. Michigan. They're on the road this entire weekend at Iowa and here tonight in Nebraska. They won't touch the court in Ann Arbor for quite a while anyways.
As for Nebraska, they'll go on a 4-game road trip of their own. Big match at 8th-ranked Wisconsin for traveling face Northwestern. And a West Coast swing at 11th-ranked Oregon and Washington before back at home November 14th against the 15th-ranked Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Yeah, 3 top 25 matchups in the next 5 for Nebraska. There's nothing easy in the Big Ten.
4-0 run. Started by Kennedy Orr at the service line. Aims at Demetrician again, pulls the setter off the net. Valentina Valette tipping. It's blocked back and covered. Valette again. Blocked back, covered again. The Jacobs, tight pass. Demetrician left side. Rodriguez there. Out of the back row, Murray tipping. A diving dig by Burke. Demetrician again. Off of Harper Murray into the floor. A kill by Ella Demetrician, and we're tied at 20.
One-on-one with Beeson. Alec nowhere to be found. And Michigan wins it again. What a match in Lincoln tonight.
Now Valentina Valette at the line. Had a foot fault her last time at the service line. Good pass from Murray out of the middle. Rebecca Alec crushes that one to the Terraflex.
Yeah, it's all Alec right now in the back portion of set 4. Defense, now offense. Really, really good stuff.
A 1-point advantage for Nebraska. Mauk to serve. Aims at Jacobs, a good pass. On the slide, Boney tipping. Rodriguez there for the up. Beeson. And off the dig and out. Off of Valentina Valette and Allison Jacobs. Now a huge 2-point advantage for Nebraska late in the 4th.
And Michigan needs a run desperately here. They're going to have to find a way to get Olivia Mauk off that service line.
Another tough serve. Burke to Boney on the slide. Beeson off the dig and out. Back-to-back kills by Merritt Beeson. And the Huskers closing in on a 4-set win.
This front row right now for the Huskers just so tough to deal with. Alec, Beeson, and Murray all up there at front.
Mauk serves. Tough pass. Free ball over from Jacobs. Beeson again. Another one. 3 in a row by Merritt Beeson. And set point, match point, Nebraska.
Yeah, the Wolverines needed to get out of this rotation as quick as possible. Haven't been able to do it, though. Great job by Beeson to split the block. And the Huskers are looking to win it right here.
Mauk serves Jacobs. Better pass, Demetrician. Diving dig, Rodriguez. For the match, Beeson misses wide. And an attacking error by Beeson gives Michigan some hope at 24-21.
Yeah, some life now, but there is a lot of pressure on these serves coming up from Demetrician. Cannot miss.
Good serve to Murray. Tight set, Murray gets it back. Slams it off Cochran. And a free ball over. Beeson, the match again. Got it! As Nebraska takes set 4, 25-21 in the match. 3 sets to 1.
Yeah, Jackie Boney just got exposed on that last play. Kind of got confused on where the ball was going to go to.